Hey, welcome back to Babylon Blues, and tonight we're going to do something really different. We're going to talk about a television show that's been put out on Netflix, and it is Bill Nye Saves the World. And I'm not going to get into, well, okay, I'll get into some of it, but last night, if you've been following my channel, we've been dealing with a lot of stuff in life that's not fun stuff, and so we're kind of disconnecting last night a little bit. And I brought up this whole thing because I saw a couple of things about this show, and I was like, oh my gosh. So so my 14-year-old pulls it up on Netflix, and we sit there and watch it. And so I'm not driven to do this very often, but here we go. So I'll be honest, I've never felt so talked down upon by a television show in my life. Okay, so Bill Nye comes on, and he essentially, this is his opportunity. He now has a stage once again of his own where he can berate us for not doing what he thinks we need to do. In this case, it was about climate change, and this is coming from the man who has publicly stated that he feels that people who are what he calls climate deniers, science deniers, which I can't say I'm one of or not one of at this point in time. Okay, I guess I'm kind of agnostic on it, and I'll explain my point of view in a little bit. But that anybody who is not on board with him and his point of view, and maybe they should be in jail, and that's what they did with Enron, right? And so oh my God! All right, so this is what we have, and I couldn't believe it. I felt. I mean, I've seen a few things, of course. You've seen the thing about his transgender, this gender fluidity. I don't know what it was. That's the one everybody wants to show. Trust me, you don't have to watch that to see bad stuff. Okay, um, as far as my point of view on climate change, yes, the climate is changing. The climate is changing. It's getting warmer, then it's getting cooler. And I am not a scientist. Okay, I have this much expertise in anything science. Okay, so I'm not. If you put a scientist up against me, he would eat my lunch. Okay, if you put a first year college student on climate science against me, he would eat my lunch. Okay, this is why I'm not going to say it's real or it's fake or what. Okay, but I'm not going to take the word of a talking head on television about it. Just like you shouldn't take my word about these things. Okay? I'm just another talking head. You just happen to point and click your way to find mine. So, when you come right down to it, when it comes to these kind of things, I am a talking head. So what am I talking about today? I'm talking about Bill Nye Saves the World. The arrogance, the egocentrism. Oh, is that even a word? Oh my gosh! So I couldn't even sit through the entire first episode. I haven't watched any other episodes. The only other thing I've watched is, like I said, the most popular thing here. I'm going to say, over here on my other screen here. It has to do with the. Yeah, let's see what it says in the news about Bill Nye Saves the World. Bill Nye Saves the World jumps the shark with cringy My Sex Junk skit. My Sex Junk? Are you kidding me? Okay, and I did see part of that. That really was cringeworthy. That was horrible. Um, Bill Nye saves the world through logic and honest dialogue. It wasn't honest. There was nothing honest. This was like a Fox News panel where they put the one token liberal on, or a Huffington Post panel where they put the one token, a conservative on. Okay, where so this was not honest dialogue. I mean, what I saw they did have a panel spot. They had, basically all three people were people I hadn't heard of before. Maybe I'm not in the loop. Maybe I'm not in the know. I don't know. But, they had the one guy who was at least honest about it and says, I mean, the first person was an engineer, and he's part of a think tank group, and they claim that they can replace all of our energy needs and find all of our energy needs through renewable sources like wind and solar, tidal, hydroelectric, all these renewable sources. I think that's great. I'd love to do that, and I'm actually a proponent for solar and for electric cars and things like that. I really am. I actually had a dream of building my own electric car at one point in time, because especially when the price of gas was $4.50 a gallon. And this idea that it can be done like this, I think is a pipe dream personally. At this point, I think it's feasible in 50 years. Okay, you give us 50 years of working on it, and yeah, I think we can do it. I don't think it's possible now. I don't think it's economically feasible. I don't think it's actually technically feasible to do it worldwide. And he actually claimed it was a worldwide thing. Then they go to the guy in the middle, and the guy in the middle is the supposedly the opposing side. And he does start off with, well, that's a really nice dream, but he's a proponent for more nuclear energy. Okay. Nuclear energy, I'm not all against it. I have a problem with it too. I mean, who likes the idea of having nuclear waste in their backyard? Nobody, myself included. Okay, it has its problems. It's very expensive to build the original building. It does provide electricity. It has problems. It's not perfect. Now, then you add, and so then they had a third person, which was the attractive woman who was agreeing with the first guy and saying, that's right, Bill. We really need more renewable sources. And this guy here doesn't know what he's talking about. That was the panel. That was the whole panel discussion. So, okay. Was I impressed with it? No. Was I insulted by it? Yes. The show, I felt insulted. I literally felt insulted. You know what we did? We watched most of it. Did we even finish the show?
I think so, yeah.
We did?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what kind of pain were we into?
We almost started the second episode.
No, I stopped that. I was like, so I couldn't stomach a second episode. And so we went from there. We watched Mystery Science Theater 3000, and we were entertained. Okay, so there you go. This is the kind of stuff that they're putting out these days. This is the kind of stuff, and I took a look at it. Where did I see it? I saw, there we go, under all in my Google search, Bill Nye Saves the World. It has the panel to the right side there, and it says Rotten Tomatoes 86%. Wow, that sounds good, doesn't it? Google users 38%. 38% of Google users. Yeah, when you come right down to it, that didn't get really great acclaims. Let's go. Bill Nye saves the world reviews, and so you have Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, it's fun to watch. That's not a fact, but it's my opinion. Yada yada yada. From David Bianculi. A fist bumpy ride. Who did that? IndieWire, of course. Vox, so that should be good. Brings us an updated, unapologetically political science guy. Yeah, he was political, all right. You know what? He wants to be political. He has to understand he's going to rule out 50% of the people that he should be wanting to convince of his argument are, you know what? They're flipping him the bird. Okay? In my opinion, that's what he's doing. He is taking the group that he wants to actually convince. All he's doing is he's talking. Sorry, I had to get rid of some gaming videos that were taking up a lot of space. Mass Effect is huge, right? And so my videos are really huge on them, and I'm not really satisfied with them typically, so I just got rid of them all. Cleared up all the space I needed. But so anyway, I do want to kind of conclude this because Bill Nye, um, again, he's an intelligent man. I'm not going to knock his intelligence. He's definitely smarter than me. I'm not knocking that. But he created a very political show. Okay, and when you do that, you are not going to reach out to the people that you actually need to reach out to. It's like the entire left-right thing. Okay, if I come on here and I'm a right winger and I tend to lean a little bit right, correct? Yes, nobody's ever going to deny that about me. But if I come on here and I start talking about libtards and Democrats, am I going to convince anybody of my situation? No, I'm not. And this is the kind of thing that Bill Nye is doing. Okay? He is not going to reach anybody that he actually needs to reach with acting like he is or talking like he is. Now he's going to reach. He's going to get accolades, and he's going to get. He's going to be very popular among the people who agree with him. Okay, and they're going to be like, "Oh, look at him! Just get them! Yeah, he's just going to get them." But we're all tuning out. Okay, the people he needs to convince, whether it's the person like me who's like, well, I'm not entirely positive and I'm not a scientist, so I'm kind of wondering myself on some things. Oh, so I'm an idiot? Okay, I don't have to listen to you anymore, do I? So that's kind of where it goes. Bill, understand you need to calm down a little bit and talk to us, not talk down to us. And this is the problem that I have with the show. Anyway, that's my opinion, and maybe I'll even title it that way. That's my opinion about Bill Nye Saves the World. Personally, I watched one episode, not going to watch another. You have a good one. Talk to you later.